God, and also God's helpers, the guardian angels, spirit guides, loved ones, and giving that information to people.
And this is similar, I presume, to what is in the Protestant religion as what they may call prophets and prophetesses.
Yes, some people call me that.
As well as people who have what is known as words of knowledge. In other words, the Lord spoke to me, Jeffrey, and he told me to tell you that, you look like you're going, and so on and so forth. You're saying that this is virtually the same thing.
It's virtually the same thing. Many people actually do call me a prophet, and I don't know, I just think I don't ever like to seem pompous or, coming from the ego, because that's not coming from the higher self and your God part self. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not really that special. We're all special, and we can all communicate with our Father, Mother, God through prayer and meditation. It's just that people often put these, whether it is prophets or preachers or, different people that are very connected or gifted, they put them up on this pedestal, and as you know, we only have one place to go when that happens. And I really don't care to have a religion created out of who I am or my body of work.
Mm-hmm. And you're saying that all of us have this ability.
Absolutely.
This is natural to each human being.
That is right.
That you are not any more special than somebody else.
That's right.
And not to see preachers as being more special, or prophets or prophetesses as being more special than anybody else. That we all have the capacity to communicate with God. It's just a matter of exercising that faith.
Yes, exactly. It's a matter of utilizing the tools that God gave us, which is prayer and meditation and listening to the voice of God, which we call it intuition, or your instincts, or a gut feeling. People use different phrases or analogies for the same thing. It's really a spin on words, but that's what it is, and everyone is born with that ability, that gift. It's their birthright.
Let's speak about a few things here, Michelle. You have run your own television program,
3
shows, and I noticed that you stand up or sit down and people get up out of the audience and say, Miss Whitedove, I have had such and such an experience. I am going with a young man right now, and I just want to know whether he is the person for me, and are we going to get engaged later on, and will our marriage be successful, and so on. And you stand right there and you give them a message. You say, Spirit is telling me, so on and so forth. How do you get into that state where you could see someone you've never seen before, you don't know her name, you've never met that person, and so on? How is that possible?
It's my gift. It's my purpose, why God sent me here, and it's something I've always been able to do since childhood. I didn't really recognize it until I was around the age of 8, and I really didn't fully utilize it until after my near-death experience. But I've been doing it ever since, and it's something that you can also fine-tune and develop. I don't ask questions. I don't give generalities. I don't want any information. I don't want them to speak. I simply go into prayer, and I get the information and I give it. And as you know, Jeff, I don't edit the information. So a lot of times people don't hear what they want to hear, but nonetheless it is the truth.
Yes. What do you say to those, again, who are of the Protestant and very fundamentalists or literalists who take the Bible, so on and so forth, who say, this is a devil worshiper, Michelle is a medium for the evil one, this kind of business that she is in is not of God.
It's not a business. It's a way of life. I live by my truth, and that's very important. If they simply looked at the body of work and they saw me and they took the time to get past judging me, they would see that I am acting as an instrument of God and coming from love and living my life based on the universal laws, not a man-made system that's failing. And religion, what I don't like about religion is that they point fingers at other groups of God's children and say, well, you're not worthy of God's love or getting into heaven. And God always tells us, it's in the Bible, we shall not judge, thou shalt not judge. Who are we to judge other people? Everyone has a different contract in life. Jesus said, whatever I can do, you can do. That's something to think about. But see, we've been...
And he repeats that.
Yes, and that was Jesus' message, is to say, I am just like you. Yes, the Son of God, but you are also children of God. And he was spreading the word, and a wonderful teacher, and trying to balance the karma of mankind at that time, to bring us together, not to segregate us. and create all these different religions. And if you notice, men change the rules all the time. God never changes the rules. The truth is the truth. It remains the same.
So you can walk into a room and see a Jeffrey Lloyd. I have never seen you before, Michelle. You have never seen me. I don't say a word to you, and God can give you a message for me?
All the time. You know that, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the sake of our discussion, you know, there are people who are listening who have not heard you before, and I want to bring these questions out so that you have the opportunity to share with our people.
You know what it is? Simply put, I'm able to look through the illusions that someone is trying to create or the vehicle, and I'm able to see past that and look into their soul. Look where their spirit is, their heart, their mind, and also see their health issues or whatever is going on in their life and address that.
That's why I'm coming to now this thing about medical intuitive. What is that?
It's where I scan the body, and I'm simply giving whatever is not working in the body. I'm able to address their health issues and talk about what they have or where they or what they're going to have if they don't change their path. You know, we have free will. God honors free will. All I can do is deliver the message, the information. What they do with it is up to them. But it's like sort of like having X-ray vision, and I'm able to see it, feel it. See, all my senses are developed: seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, and knowing. At a heightened sense that are equally developed, where I'm able to get a lot of information.
So if someone called when we open our phone lines and says, Michelle, I've been having a pain in my neck and the doctors have not been able to diagnose what that pain is, and it really is a bother to me, what is going on? Are you able to, from this microphone and studios, see what's going on with that person wherever they may be calling?
Because the information's not coming from them, even though it's about them. It's coming from God. Coming from their support team. So that doesn't stop the message.
Let's talk about angels and communicating with angels. You have written several books, Michelle. You have written a book called She Talks with Angel, and you've also written a book called Angels Are Talking. Yes. And your newest book, I'm very happy to tell our listeners, is She Talks with Angels, My Invisible Friends, a new book, a children's book.
Yes.
And I understand that you're going to a school this morning and you're going to do some reading with some little kids.
Yes.
Which school is that?
It is the, you have to help me out here, Jeff.
The Meridian at, is that Unicorn Village?
Yes, yes.
Meridian School at Unicorn Village. You're leaving right from here and going down there. I'm sure they're going to be very happy.
Yes, to give them story time.
Mm-hmm. My Invisible Friends. What are you trying to say in this children's book?
I'm trying to help the parents open up a door for the children where it's comfortable for the children to talk to their parents about seeing their guardian angels, which they call their best friends or their invisible friends, because the parents usually don't see them, but the children do.
You know, you raise a very interesting point. I could remember when my third daughter, Michelle, was about 3 or 4 years old, maybe younger. She used to say, Daddy, see that man right there? And I'm looking over in the corner of the room, and I don't see a man. I don't know what she is talking about. She says, see that man right there? He said, I must come to him. And I say, but who is the man? You know, I don't see any man, darling. She said, yeah, he's right there.
Yes.
I said, what does it look like? Now, of course, at 3 years old, she isn't able to give, you know, the kind of descriptions that you be adults. Right. But you're saying this is a real world for them.
Sure, that's, you know, when I was growing up, that's who my friends were my guardian angels and my spirit guides. They were my best friends, and they never led me in harm's way. They always told me the truth, and they always kept me out of trouble. They always protected and counseled me. So I encourage this within the children that we have today. And I encourage the parents to be open and receptive and let these children talk about it, because they'll be surprised how awake these children are. They haven't come away from God. They've just come from God here. And especially the children that are being born now, they're so special and extraordinarily gifted. I refer to them as the indigo or Blu-ray children that I address, you know.
Yes.
And that's what inspired me to do this book, from my own childhood and experiences, because I was told, as you said, from my own church, which I was very religious. I have experienced that, you know. I wanted to be a nun. I don't think I would have made a very good nun, but I wanted to be. And you know, I was told, oh, this is blasphemy, this is of the devil. And I said, well, if it's that, then why is it always loving and positive and helpful and light? And it cannot be what you say. And so that's what moved me out of the church and just, you know, being more open. I would tell the family or parents or people out there just to be open. not to close off their mind